the love that became a world. Some writers invent stories, and then there are writers who seem to remember them. John Ronald Reuel Tolkien belonged to the second kind. Before there was Middle-earth, before there were hobbits and rings and ancient songs, there was loss. Tolkien lost his father when he was 4. He lost his mother when he was 12. And when she died, abandoned by her family for her faith, Tolkien learned something that never left him. That love demands sacrifice, that loyalty can isolate, and that the world does not protect what is gentle. This knowledge shaped him long before he wrote a single line of fantasy. In 1908, in a modest boarding house in Birmingham, Tolkien saw her for the first time. Edith Bratt lived in the room below his. She was an orphan too. And when she played the piano, the building, temporary, borrowed, joyless, felt briefly like a home. They were drawn together not by ambition, but by absence. They understood what it meant to be nowhere, belong nowhere. Their love grew quietly. Tea shops, shared jokes, secret signals across dark windows. And then, suddenly, it was taken away. Tolkien's guardian forbade the relationship. Edith was older. She was Protestant. Tolkien was meant for Oxford, discipline, and destiny. The order was absolute. No letters, no meetings, no words. 3 years of silence. This was not romantic restraint. It was agony. During those years, Tolkien studied languages obsessively. He believed words carried memory, that ancient sounds preserved forgotten worlds. From this belief grew a private mythology, stories of fading people, lost homes, and love delayed by fate. This mythology would one day be called the Silmarillion, but at the same time, it was simply survival. Edith waited, and when silence stretched too long, she did what survival demanded. She accepted another man's proposal. On the night Tolkien turned 21, at the exact moment the clock struck midnight, he wrote the letter he had carried in his heart for 3 years. He told Edith he had never stopped loving her, that the silence had nearly broken him, that he wanted her to be his wife. Her reply devastated him. She was engaged, but beneath the words lay the truth. She had accepted only because she believed he had forgotten her. They met days later, walked into the countryside, and talked until time lost meaning. Edith returned the ring. She chose Tolkien. Love, again, demanded sacrifice. Edith converted to Catholicism and lost her home, her guardian, her security. They married in 1916. Within months, Tolkien was sent to the trenches of the First World War. There, he watched friends die one by one, not heroically, not meaningfully, but mechanically. This is why evil in Tolkien's work does not argue. Sauron does not speak. Evil for Tolkien is not dramatic, it is efficient. Tolkien survived the war, and during recovery, something unforgettable happened. One day, in a quiet woodland, Edith danced among white hemlock flowers. Tolkien watched, and that moment became permanent. From it came the story of Beren and Luthien, a mortal man and an immortal woman, forbidden, tested, separated, reunited through loss. This story became the emotional heart of the Silmarillion, the moral spine beneath the Hobbit, and the soul of the Lord of the Rings. Tolkien never believed love was easy. His lovers wait, they endure, they sacrifice. Even victory costs something. This is why Middle Earth feels ancient, because it is built on memory, not spectacle. Edith and Tolkien's marriage was not perfect. She felt lonely in Oxford. He retreated into languages and maps. But beneath everything was something unshakable, a love forged in separation, tested by war, and preserved through time. When Edith died in 1971, Tolkien wrote, "The story has gone crooked, and I'm left." On her gravestone, he placed one name, Luthien. When Tolkien followed her 21 months later, his own stone read, "Beren, not characters, identities." Tolkien was great not because he created a fantasy world, but because he showed us that love, once endured deeply enough, becomes mythology, and that the deepest stories are not invented, they are lived. J.R.R. Tolkien.